We are back.
You can be a narcissist.
A megalomaniac times 10 plus narcissist.
Oh, okay. Let's get some order up in here. Let's get because they ready to kick off. They ready to kick. Oh,
what episode is this?
26. Episode 26.
We in the building. What up? What up?
I'm ready.
What's up? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. Big homie, you good?
Yeah, I'm suave, same old.
Deuce?
We all good. We got a beautiful host here. All of them.
Miss Lady D.
I'm back. They wanted some more.
How you feeling today?
I feel amazing. How are you?
Wonderful.
I'm sipping on this Snoop wine.
Hey. It's not sponsored, but we would like to be sponsored.
We would love it to be. Wait, you put something else in there too. What else did you
Look,
put?
Cavassier.
So this is a nice little cocktail.
Hey.
So
we getting into it? Hey, I mean, if y'all haven't heard, something happened this week.
I don't even watch it, so I didn't even know what was going on until
most people
social media blew
I woke up to the news saying, wow.
I thought it was staged at first. I had to watch it like 50 times just to see.
It might have been staged. Who knows?
So if you guys don't know what we're talking about,
we ain't telling you.
Oh my God, you've been under a rock. You just woke up from
Hey, we don't know when they gonna listen to this, all right? Shit, this could be listened to 1,000 years from now. We're talking about the Oscars, all right? Will Smith publicly humiliating Chris Rock and smacked him in his face because of a joke. I'm gonna let my hosts go ahead and do what they do.
Who wanna start?
Was Will wrong? Was Will wrong? Can I just get an answer on that?
Was he wrong for slapping Chris Rock?
Was he wrong for going on stage and slapping Chris Rock in the face?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, we got a consensus
He
there.
assaulted Chris Rock.
Shit.
He broke the law on live TV, like in real life. I want to know what happened inside of Will Smith, because I've been to plenty of formal ceremonies. You are in formal apparel. You got on slippery shoes. You know what I mean? Like, it is not even the atmosphere to get moved out of your seat, pimp walk to the stage, draw all the way back, and slap another grown man.
You ain't see how his wife looked at him?
I don't care. I'm sick of their marriage. They are toxic and they keep dragging us into it. Get over it. I was sick of August Alsina. I'm sick of this.
Why you bringing up August?
I'm done with the Smiths. I don't want to talk about
August
their
ain't part of
children.
that.
I don't care. I don't want to talk about their kids. I don't want to talk about their marriage. They are doing something different. And public opinion is just weighing in on these public displays of toxicity. I'm done with it. But I was glad to see somebody slap Chris Rock.
Okay, and why is that?
Because there's two comedians I would love to see slapped, and he's one of them, and the other one is Kevin Hart.
Can we get why?
I just think they're like those loudmouths, and you want to see those kind of people.
I think all comedians are
gotta be.
Would you want to slap Dave Chappelle?
I don't want to slap none of them. They ain't did nothing to me.
Would you want to see Dave Chappelle slap?
I don't listen to Dave Chappelle personally. He got like dry humor that's not that funny.
Okay, let's get back on track.
But yeah, I mean, Will shouldn't have slapped Chris.
No.
Yeah, and I definitely Jada gave a nudge. It appears that she gave a, cause he laughed at it.
He did.
Cracking the fuck up. Then he got the look. Like, I know you're not laughing at this shit. And he had to react. So that's what happened in him. Where you say you don't know what got into him, Jada got into him. Like,
who's gonna protect the black women?
That's not the
Will protecting his black queen.
Was he though?
I believe he could have been, because he was moved by, some people get that feeling like, okay, she uncomfortable, so not do something about it. And maybe black men have that. We have that thing of we gotta prove.
He could have said what he said.
Yeah,
I think he
but
was just frustrated with everything that's been going on, all the ways they talk about him in that marriage, the way his kids behave. I just think he was just out of pent up emotion exploding on Chris Rock's face.
He has been made out to look pretty weak. So it's,
That meme of him crying was
who
like,
fault is that?
it was nobody's fault. It was their way as a couple to explain a very public situation.
Whose situation?
who made it public?
She did. She brought him on that red table
Oh,
talk
okay.
situation, and him
So
crying.
who the reason he a mean?
I mean, everybody just made a joke out of it. Like, he was so emotional. Those images of him at that thing made him look like he was soft. And then look at Plies' comment on Twitter.
What'd he say?
He said something to the effect of, I'm not gonna slap somebody over a woman that I'm not the only one sleeping with.
Oh yeah.
But that's paraphrasing. That was not.
Yeah, he did say that. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw. A lot of men slapping for women that they ain't the only one sleeping with. So I don't see how that's no different. I'm just being honest.
I just think it was a better way to handle it. They're mature people.
What's the better way?
So this is coming from, you remember episode 23? The Georgia episode when we were talking about the man getting punked on his date.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So you
He was defending her though, like
Right.
that was all for her honor. But that
Exactly.
other dude was
But
just
you
He was
falling
defending
back.
himself.
Huh?
He was defending himself.
Who? Will Smith or the guy
No,
at the
the
bar?
guy at the bar.
To me, that was a little bit different situation because Chris Rock was telling a joke that was tasteless about a medical condition, and they perceived a lot of offense to that. And Will Smith got up and hit Chris Rock. That other dude was just sitting at the table being berated in front of a woman. So I just feel like in this situation, just it could have been handled differently. Like, he could have beat him up after the show. Like, it was so many other things to do. Not slap somebody on live TV.
I still think it was staged.
And then cussed him out from the seat.
Yeah. He could have just
you
did
coulda
that.
just did that
yeah,
from
he
jump.
could have just did that from jump. Yeah,
So you think it was staged?
I think it was staged. I had to watch it 50 times. Will is a great actor, so let's not
But
forget.
he
They
had
both are. They
he-
both are.
He had
I
a
don't
hitch
like
in
Chris
his
Rock like that.
little swing and everything. Like, it just looked like, who the hell slaps that straight? It was
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
when I put my left foot out, that's when you know the brace. You know, it kind of looked like that.
It was some WWE going on.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
But those reactions, man, the way Will reacted, the way Chris reacted like somebody that didn't know they was gonna get slapped.
And another thing that somebody else pointed out to me,
why'd you
he
say
kept
that?
his arms behind his back. If somebody
Chris
is
Rock.
coming at you and drawing back, are you going to keep your arms behind your back? Or are your natural, you're going to have a natural...
and that's what I was
reflex.
gonna say. You said he
He
looked
just
like
kept
a
his
person
hands
who
behind
wasn't
his
expecting to
back.
get slapped. So if
Chris Rock,
somebody
yeah.
slapped you and you wasn't expecting it, that's how you would react?
The way he was fumbling to the next topic, and boy, I could, like he was literally like you could
In
see
shock.
thoughts. He was in shock. He was literally in shock. Like he couldn't even get his words together. So that's
They
why
are actors.
they are. But man, he
Because most people
if he was
That was a
acting,
real-
he deserved an Oscar. God
He should have
damn
got
it.
one that night.
Because he reacted like a nigga that just got slapped. Because I didn't see somebody get
Yes.
slapped.
So a nigga that
Now, how many
just
times have
got
you seen
slapped
a
that ain't
man-
gonna slap somebody back.
Usually when you get slapped, that means you ain't slapping somebody back. Because if somebody got the nerve to slap you, that's the total disrespect. That means they have no respect for you.
Even more
And
reason
you-
why I was staged. Because Will knew the nigga wasn't gonna slap him back. So I'm gonna slap you. I ain't gonna close hand punch you. I'm gonna slap you. Because I know you ain't gonna slap me back. Because it probably was planned.
Yeah, but usually if people that get slapped, they stunned and they just sit there and be slapped.
Yeah, that's true. He said sit there and be slapped.
He acted it out well.
And he probably didn't want to escalate it. If Will Smith is way taller than him, he trained to be Muhammad Ali. Like,
Right.
Will Smith isn't just this couch
Yeah.
potato jumping
Another
up.
I
reason
know.
I think it was staged. Where was security? Security
They
never
were
was
there.
seen this
They
whole
said
time.
security asked him to leave. He refused. Now that's the new issue. Because everybody asked, why did they let him stay? He just said,
He
no,
refused.
I'm staying.
And then y'all still gave him an Oscar, let him go on stage, give his speech. Oh, come on.
I just think
Stage.
people didn't know what to do.
Oh, he said stage.
Stage.
Further.
People
more
didn't know
you
what
think
to
about
do.
it. And then, like, I don't know, like, the whole reason that, like, I don't know.
What?
At all of these award shows, somebody is the butt of a joke. If not multiple people.
The Smith said, not today.
That's what
They
we
had
think.
time today,
That's
and
what we
not
think.
today. And then what did Jaden say? And that's how you do it. Smack somebody on.
I just seen so many people praising the smack. It was ridiculous. Like, I really had a talk with a female, and she was like grilling me, like, that's how you supposed to handle it. You gotta show, you gotta stand up for your wife and all this and all that. And I'm just like, no. And she like, it got to the point where she was saying, I was like, I made a comment that you don't see Jada stand up for Will as much as you see Will stand up for Jada, right? Her answer was, men want to be female so bad.
Well, she dealing with something different.
Is she married?
No.
There you go.
That's some other-
I just think it's sending the wrong message to kids. Like, we talk about kids and they need to learn how to talk out their problems and the violence that go on and all of that. But if you gonna see two successful black men on stage, one of them slapping the other because of words, they're mature, emotionally, mentally successful. But you want these kids, teenagers,
to talk it
to
out.
talk it out.
Yeah.
They not even emotionally mature and mentally mature, but you want them to talk it out.
And not to mention two black men, and just that the perception of the angry black man, the raging
We
buck,
savages, like
what
us.
that depicts two black men who didn't know how to have a proper conflict resolution over a joke.
2 or 1?
I think it was two. I believe that Chris Rock took a chance on that joke. And Will Smith
Every
had
joke
the
can
answer.
take a chance, though. Cause
But
most
you do,
jokes
though.
are based on some type of real life thing. So,
And you
The
don't
best
know
ones.
who's
and that's what I'm saying. At these award shows, somebody always telling jokes.
That's why Kevin
somebody
Hart
in the
lost
audience.
his opportunity to host because of a joke he told years ago. Like,
It was like racist though, wasn't it?
no,
No, it
he
was
said he
homophobic.
hopes his son
Homophobia,
wouldn't grow
yeah.
up to be gay.
Oh yeah.
So that was the reason why they were like, no, we're not going to have him host. It's like jokes can be, it's just all about the perspective.
What's
and
worse,
for them,
him talking about somebody, his son not being gay, or Chris talking about G.I. Jane?
in this case, it was the condition of alopecia for Jada Smith.
Which one worse?
That's perspective.
I do believe if Chris Rock was gay, Will would be canceled. No, I'm just being honest.
Explain.
'Cause-
Come big homie out the left field. Come on.
Yeah,
Why you talking about them?
listen. Listen, hear me out.
Yeah.
If Will go smack a LGBTQ person, it's a hate crime. You go smack a black man, it's nothing. The show go on.
That's only if he was targeting him based on his bias.
No, I don't think if it was just them being that in general, it would have turned into, the narrative would have been like he's hitting this LGBTQ person. It don't matter what they was talking about.
Look at Jussie Smollett. What's like
Another narcissist.
But he tried to make it like it was about, oh, I'm the gay Tupac because you staged getting your ass whooped and all that in somebody's city. So when they come after you, now you're a martyr. You the gay Tupac. He made it like they make it about that.
Yeah. That would have been the
even
headline.
when he was getting sentenced, like he was just like, they've been treating a black man a certain kind of way for so many hundreds, and I'm like, that has nothing to do with you falsifying a hate crime calling the police. He still had the rope on his neck.
Did you see the uproar? Like, because it was a hate crime.
Yeah.
Like,
they was backing him at first.
Because it was a high profile, like, a lot of people involved in that, Kim Fox included, like, that was a big thing. But at the end of the day, his actions were wrong because hate crimes are serious crimes. Like, they consider like crimes against children or elderly. It's bias motivated crimes targeted at people, and he faked that. Do you know how many they are talking about, like, hate crimes against trans folks who got killed more recently in protests in the last couple days? Like, hate crimes are pervasive in the way they're carried out. So somebody who would fake something like that, it's like, bro, do you know how many people die? Do you know how many people are dealing with these terroristic forms of crime?
I guess the point was why it's not a hate crime to slap Chris Rock.
Because it wasn't motivated by bias. It was motivated because he insulted his wife.
So,
And his narcissism.
So they're saying that Jada has mind control over Will.
I believe it.
But when she leave, I'll be talking again.
I think that's between them. Maybe he wants somebody to control his mind. We shouldn't be in their conversation, in their marriage. We don't know what he like. He probably like that stuff.
We only in it because they put us in it.
He probably slapping people all the time for her, and this was just the one call.
I believe that's true, what you said, because I think he wrapped up in trying to win her back after their big situation that they had, the red table talk stuff and all that, and he trying to validate himself to her to where he's making dumb decisions. I believe that's true.
Yeah, but don't bring everybody in the world watching the Oscars into it.
Why not?
Was he simping? Was that a simp moment?
Yes.
Was that a simp moment?
No comment.
Yes. You didn't
I
do
would
it.
love for a man to do that for me, but no comment.
See, it's a
Go
simple
ahead,
moment.
Pug.
Look, Will Smith was wrong. I would love for a
But
man
that
to do that
was
for me.
that was such a old-fashioned chivalrous show of valor for his woman. It would be like taking your jacket off and putting it over a puddle. That's so old-fashioned, but it is a grand gesture of, let me take care of you, babe.
You should
Like,
be willing
that's
to die
old
for
school
this person.
love. But it's inappropriate now. You can't do that these days. The new rules.
Do you feel that same way if Will Smith gets shot right after that?
By who?
Chris Rock. Say he got a little 22 in his behind or whatever.
So Chris Rock answers the violence with gun violence?
Yes.
Will Smith answered words with violence. Like,
This is how stuff
I'm able
elevates.
to protect
Okay, so
my
if it
body.
escalated,
Do
then
you
I...
still
Will Smith
feel-
escalated it. What you mean? If it
Now
escalated,
he
he
has brought a
escalated
gun
it.
into the scenario.
He brought violence into
We in
it.
Chicago, so a gun gotta come.
It's got to come in
I
somewhere.
It's
No,
realistic.
listen.
You're able to protect your body. So how you can't be what you say? Will way bigger than Chris Rock. Yeah, I popped your ass because you're way bigger than me.
So do you still feel like it made me feel good? How do you feel after he gets shot now? Do you reevaluate that
That's still
feeling?
unfortunate violence.
Unfortunately.
So
I've seen a lot of men champion Will Smith, saying that, yeah, this is how we gotta protect our black women.
queens.
This is how we gotta, yeah.
This is how we end up
And
in
this
jail.
is why, we end up in
That's how we
jail
end
or
up
shot.
killing each other.
Just not being able to articulate something.
Well, if you really want to protect the black queens, do things like advocate for our reproductive right laws. Advocate for laws that are targeted toward, reproductive
going there
laws.
today.
Advocate for those things that mean something to women. The disparity in pay. Advocate for that kind of stuff. You know, I'm happy with slapping people over the head, but advocate for the stuff that's gonna help in the long run.
All right, we done with them?
I don't
You got
have much to
something
say.
else?
Punk, you ain't said nothing over there.
Dang.
This
I
on my.
punked him out before the show.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that deep for me. It was just something stupid that he did. Felt like he portraying the wrong message to young black kids.
How did y'all feel about the apology?
Stage.
The one on stage.
The nigga didn't apologize.
He didn't apologize.
Wasn't no apology.
He apologized to the Academy. He didn't
Right,
apologize
he
to
didn't
Chris Rock.
apologize
So
to Chris
yeah,
Rock.
so how do you
No
feel about
apology.
that?
He
Because
should apologize
I
to Chris
definitely-
Rock immediately, even if he was just swept up in emotion.
I don't know. You slap somebody, you apologize
You just
after
sit
you
at
do
the
it.
table and be like,
It is what it is. Like,
Which is why I feel like the apology later was pointless.
yeah,
Like, what you
you
apologize.
apologize, even if he say, "I'm sorry, Chris, for doing that." You still embarrassed this man on national television. That don't take the hurt away.
well, the police was at their door the next day. I think the police visited Will Smith the next day.
Really?
The investigation continues. Like, they
Nah,
don't
Chris
want
Rock
to.
decided not to
He
press
doesn't want to
charges
press charges, but L.A. County is still
on that.
looking into it. Yeah.
Well, because they can do
Yeah.
their own
That was
thing
an
if they want
assault.
to.
You
It
assaulted
definitely
somebody on
was.
camera.
Live TV.
Did that moment say that it's okay for black men to attack each other?
No.
Yes, for the right reasons. For what people consider the right reasons. That's exactly what it said. I don't believe that, but that's what it portrays. Like, oh, over my wife or over this lady I love or whatever, yeah, I can be violent towards another black man.
I think it just confirmed the stereotypes that we already have. The angry black man. We first thing we resort to is violence.
Caught up in these emotions, like we can't control ourselves. We're criminal by nature. Those are old biases and stereotypes, and when we play into them, it just amplifies. Like, oh my God! And
So are they old biases and stereotypes?
I think so. I think largely in the black community, we are starting to come away from traditions that held us in ways that did not embrace self-care.
But we still
Yoga
being
and
violent to each
stretching is great self-care, but to some people, that's witchcraft.
No one ethnicity is not being violent to each other.
Oh,
We
nah,
just get
definitely.
promoted more
Yeah.
to put a
Yeah,
stereotype on us.
absolutely.
So I do
But
believe
we do
move.
do it.
Yeah, we do it, but I do
And
believe
there's shootings every day in Chicago. We helping that.
That's my
yeah,
point.
but it's everywhere. All I'm saying is we are moving in a way where we trying to get away from it. We're not
Yeah.
doing it as much, but I just hate the narrative that we the only ones doing it. You know,
When you say as much, what you mean?
like
Because it seemed like the murder rate just be going up.
no, it's not as. If you go look at it, it's actually down from the past years. Go look up Chicago murder rate. We not even top 3
It's
no
just
more.
talked about more. It's
We
it's
just-
in a constant news loop, and just 24-hour news is keeping conversations just constantly going.
That's why I don't watch the news.
So
Yeah, but the murder rate is actually lower, so it got to be something. You
And
know?
they got
I stopped
guns out
looking
the
at it like
streets
2
and-
years ago because it was
Yeah.
just ridiculous. Like every
Yeah.
month, it
It
was just
still
higher.
is.
High summer months was beyond ridiculous. So
But if you look up this year's, is less than the past
Past
years.
years.
So we got to be moving in the right
Yeah.
direction some way. So.
Yeah,
they got to
that's
start
good.
somewhere.
So y'all let's switch. I feel like we done with them.
Yeah.
We over
Will
them,
Smith.
Wilson.
He's in love. He's a crazy man in love.
Oh yeah,
That's what he
he
said.
crazy as hell.
I'm crazy in love, y'all.
Crazy.
That's what he,
He like
said.
Pepe Le Pew crazy in love.
No, they canceled him.
Yeah,
Because he was a
his ass
rapist.
canceled.
What?
Pepe Le Pew.
That's what they said he was portraying.
The female cat would constantly be
Yeah.
fighting him
Yeah.
off, and he would just be like, "No, more," and kissing her against her will. That's what we came up
Well, did we ask?
with. Him and Snuffleupagus snapping on heroin.
Yeah.
You really feed into that? He was a rapist.
Come on, watch these cartoons with a different lens.
He was aggressive, so
He
I give him that.
was toxic masculinity on that 1,000 in the form of a skunk.
How toxic? Yeah, how toxic can you get? Huh?
Raping a cat. She wasn't even a female skunk.
He like what he like. He can identify as
He was
whatever
going
he wants.
outside.
He identified as
Species.
He can identify whatever he want to
That'll be
identify as.
next.
So, Lady D, you wanted to get into this Florida law.
Yeah.
So,
They were actually talking about it a little bit on the radio.
what is this? The Don't Say Gay?
Yeah,
law?
don't say gay. So between the ages of 3 and 5 in the education system, if I'm paraphrasing, they don't want curriculums that include topics around the LGBTQ plus community between 3 and 5. But outside of that, but just those.
So at 1 and 2.
Well, your kid isn't at school at that point. But in Florida, they have VPK, so kids are in a formalized education kind of program in that
So like
time
preschool.
frame.
3 to
Preschool,
5.
yeah, VPK, preschool, and then going into kindergarten.
So once you hit kindergarten,
I guess you can, yeah.
I don't think
So
that-
once they hit, once they hit
Over 5.
kindergarten, then they start talking about sexuality in
Well,
school?
no, that content can start appearing in some of the learning
Curriculum.
stuff. you know.
Okay.
so how you feel about it?
You know, I feel like the way they're talking about it is really harsh, and the way that they're kind of rolling it out, but it is making the LGBTQ plus community look at this as if we're not seen, our voices are recognized. This is something that's making us seem hidden and dirty and nasty and all these other tropes that that community deals with. But I mean, for me, this was like the same as when they wanted to start doing sex ed in the school. People did not want you to talk about sex. They did it in the 5th grade. You went to this special assembly. All the boys went to one room. All the girls went to another room. People had a problem with that. What do we discuss in the schools?
I think it should be an age limit. Like, I think it was nothing wrong with targeting kids that's around puberty. But what would a 4-year-old need to know about sex education? Like,
I think it's more around like if a child has a family dynamic that may include a same sex couple. So like I have 2 mommies or I have 2 daddies, and then obviously kids are gonna ask questions. So what I was
Well, whose responsibility is it to talk to them kids about that?
I think ultimately the conversation should happen at home.
Right,
But
that
the
ain't school
teachers are
business.
like, if a child is asking me a question,
say what they told us. When you get old enough, you will understand.
Right.
At 4, you're not comprehending. Even if I explain to you that 2 men could love each other and that's how you ended up with 2 dads, they gonna say okay and walk off. Like, they didn't just comprehend what you just said.
And even if they did, they're gonna ask you. Like, if I tell my kid something at 4, he's gonna ask me. He's not gonna go ask his teacher for an answer to something that he see happening. Nah, like, he's gonna ask me. It's on me to teach my kids about whatever it is that go on in my household. Not the teachers. They don't know shit about what's going on in my household.
I think they have to have conversations around some of these topics. I think they are finding students that are, having not issues, but wanting to have discussions around sex identity, gender identity,
At
like
3?
a lot of complex stuff.
3,
I don't know
4,
how
and 5,
young. I
they
can't, but elementary, yes.
I'd rather teach them kids about how to spend money the correct way or something.
But if your
like
body is doing something different and you struggling, what you supposed to do?
what is your body doing different?
Man.
I just
To
think
talk
the
about
age-
being part of the LGBT, what is your body doing
Like
different?
as you are coming into the awareness of yourself.
that's around puberty. That's,
No, little kid. You got little kids. How
yeah,
old are
I
the
got
kids?
a 3 and an 8-year-old.
They not curious.
Not curious enough to ask questions that's pertaining to something like that. No, like,
What you mean curious?
Children start asking questions around gender really young, because especially if they happen to become aware of the difference between girls and boys. Like my kids will immediately say, "This is girl stuff. This is girls." They can identify what's girl, what's boy, at a young age.
Are you saying material things?
Just anything that's like that has gender normative type of behaviors.
So like
and
pink and blue.
activities. Anything that's
So
Because
like
I'm trying to
trucks were
figure,
not
I'm
for
trying to
girls.
figure out how this relating to sex. Where I
So,
need y'all talking to my kid
kinda-
about
I gotta-
sexual orientation.
I got a story. that
it's
I
not
can-
about the bedroom. It's not about talking about what's happening in the bedroom. It's about these children are seeing and being exposed to situations where I guess the content is either in their learning material, or children who are sharing and are in these family dynamics where it's a same-sex couple. So questions are being asked.
So like my daughter, when she was like 5, I guess that's kind of what you saying. We go outside. It was a guy dressed up like a girl, and she, my daughter said, "Why he dressed like that?" And I guess that's what they trying to teach him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Because
Why-
a kid is going to be brutally honest when
Yeah.
they see something that is outside of what is normal to them. So
So-
if they've only seen men who dress in what we all consider male clothing, and they've never seen a transgender individual, they're going to have some questions.
But more than transgender people dress like that.
Well, anyone who cross dresses, anyone who does what the drag shows, like RuPaul's Drag Race, like a kid would look at that and ask some questions, like, "Well, my dad doesn't do
Right,
that,
you
so."
ain't showing that at school.
But it happens at home. I'm just saying, kids are curious at a young age. He was talking about a 5-year-old. A young child would see something like that.
Yes,
be
and
very
who she
curious.
asked?
Hopefully, the parents.
Exactly. I don't need the school talking to them
But
about
what if
that.
you-
I don't
what if
need
you don't
y'all
have parents
skewing
that's
my
open?
kids.
Who-
I don't need the school doing that. Talk to them about the shit y'all need to talk to them about.
What if it's a transgender teacher at your child's school?
Then she or he probably done went through the change and look like whatever he or she want to be identified as.
What if they don't?
Then
And then
as a-
there's questions. What do you do? Just ignore it? Like they don't
But
exist.
so the kid, do you think they gonna come home and ask you questions, or they gonna say to the teacher, "Hey, Mrs. So and So, why you look like a man?"
I think every kid is different. And there's a power dynamic between the teacher and the student.
I just don't think they need to be teaching my kid nothing about none of that. But
Did it need to
that
be a
early.
law though? That's my thing.
no, it didn't need.
Did
to
it
be a
need
law.
to be
No.
a whole
Because
law?
I don't even think it should be talked about. Like, when you start talking about sexual education, at whatever point that is, if you want to discuss that then do it then.
Puberty.
Y'all not talking to kids about drugs at 3, 4, and 5.
But-
Is the DARE program coming in the schools at that
But
time?
do we have a law that's saying explicitly? Like we have a law, they have a law on the books that's explicitly saying this conduct is now illegal. Why does there need to be a law for that?
Because they trying to teach this shit at 3, 4, and 5 years old. So it needs to be a law against
I
it.
don't
And
think
that's
it
my
needs to be a
point.
law.
Why not?
I think it could be a conversation. I don't think everything needs to be criminal and addressed by some law.
But
We
I
can't
feel
talk about
like
this
the
stuff?
LGBTQT have a lot of push on people. You know, like when they want something, they gonna push it, and I guess this kind of get them off their back. Cause what if it's people constantly? You guys need to teach these kids about this. They protesting, they writing all these like letters, sending them to state or whatever, whoever, Senate, whoever they want to send them to, and they're pushing the issue. Maybe that's why they came up with the law, because they're being pressed from so many different ways to teach it.
I just don't think it needs to be a law. I think it could be a conversation. I just think, why does this have to be a law imposed by the state?
To not do it? Because if it's not a law, they going to be teaching that stuff in schools. They're going to be talking to 3, 4, and 5-year-olds about that.
Because if it's not a law, what's gonna stop a teacher from coming in one day and say,
What
hey,
law has stopped anybody from doing anything?
it's laws that
We
stop
have
a
law.
lot
We
of
have
people from doing a lot
biblical
of
laws
stuff,
and
but
laws on the books that say "Thou shalt not kill," and people are killing every
But
day.
do you know how many people don't kill because it's a law?
But still, you
Everybody
saying
not
that
gonna
like a
follow it.
law is gonna change somebody's behavior or their attitude or anything. Like this didn't need to be a
Some
law.
people's. It does change some
I
perspectives.
just don't think it needed
It's
to
a
be
lot
a
of
law.
stuff that I would do if it wasn't illegal.
Exactly.
I'm sure you too.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure you too.
It's not a
It is
lot.
stuff. It is stuff that people would do if it wasn't illegal.
I would talk on my cell phone while I'm driving.
But you don't.
I don't because it's illegal.
Why not?
It's illegal and now it's
Right.
hands free. But sometimes I need to talk on a headset.
You could have just had a conversation about it. It didn't need to be a law, right?
I mean, they made it a law, and I don't think it should be a law that you have insurance on your car. That's a crazy law too.
That's a scam.
Insurance.
Yeah.
I
Only
remember
if you
when
don't
that
get to
was
use
not
it.
a law. That's a more recent thing.
Only if you don't get to use it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I think it. I really don't care whether it's a law or not. I don't think they need to be talking to kids about that stuff.
I think that's a conversation. I just don't think it needed government oversight. I feel like it's a lot of people who feel different ways. It just did not need to be a law.
At 3, 4, and 5, you
A
okay?
law?
You okay with them teaching that to kids at
I'm
3,
not
4, and 5?
okay with it being a law. Like
That's
I
not what
feel
I
like
asked
it's
you.
a conversation. I feel like it's a lot of things that are taught in school that if you don't give your kid the structural foundation of the understanding, then then the school is gonna teach your kid.
Are you okay with them teaching kids at 3, 4, and 5 about the
All I want so when my kids was
the
3, 4, and
letters.
5, all I wanted them to teach them was their colors, the shapes, how to do basic stuff.
Are
That's
you
it.
okay with them teaching that to them at 3, 4, and 5?
I don't feel like there would be a curriculum that needed to include that at that age. Unless it
Are
was like
you-
a picture book. If it was a picture book that had it in there, no, I would not have a problem with that. But if they had a class on it for a preschooler,
Are you okay with it?
I don't want them teaching sex ed to a 3 to 5 year old.
Yeah, that's
And they
I don't
don't.
want them talking about that advanced type of stuff at that young age.
And they
'cause-
exactly.
But
so,
if it was like, if it was a kid's coloring book or a picture book
No,
that
I
depicted
still
that
don't
type,
want them to
I
do it.
don't have a problem with that. But again,
So then that means you okay with them teaching it in cartoons
that's
and
not
stuff now.
teaching it. That's representation. That
So-
is a community that lives amongst all of us, and they have a voice and a presence, and their representation matters. It's just in the way that we're doing it. We used to do it so harmful, and now it's like we're all programmed in this.
program what?
We just program so. Here's an example, and I was talking about this to somebody earlier. Did you ever watch Three's Company? How old are you? You probably
No, I
were an
didn't.
infant. Do you even know what Three's Company is? So this
I
was
know what it is. I never watched it though.
So it was a sitcom in the late 70s, early 80s, and it depicted this man who needed to find housing in San Diego, ended up living with these two women, but the only way he could do it is if the landlord thought he was gay. So all of the comedy represented in that show depicted gay people as dark, dirty, nasty, just these real insulting images. And that even in other shows like that was considered, it was depicted as deviant lifestyle when I was younger. So if you didn't know anybody in that group, that was the messaging you saw for a long time. And they used to say crazy stuff on TV that you can no longer say.
At 3, 4, and 5, why do a kid need to know about any of that?
If it's in a picture book and they see it and they
So-
have a question, I think that
So
would
are
be
you
Exactly.
the
okay?
Why is
teacher
it that-
answering the question.
So are you okay with it being in like cartoons and stuff now too?
Yeah.
I felt differently, but
What's shared?
I just feel like if you might as well put the whole shebang in the cartoon. Then if you gonna why stress this one thing about being, gay or trans or cross dressing? Why you gonna stress that? You might as well put everything. Put the guy rubbing on the girls and all that stuff. Show. I'm just saying, show
Sex
everything.
offenders?
No, I'm saying like not in the
What
right way.
guys rubbing on?
I'm just saying
rubbing on
in the
girls?
right way.
What's the right way to rub on a girl?
Consensual, like hugging, feeling, do all that. Then why you gonna show two? Like I just watched the new Proud Family cartoon.
Okay.
It's two grown men married kissing on there, but then you're not gonna show the straight couple kissing. You just, I haven't seen it yet. But you gonna stress, it was a whole episode of accepting this couple as being gay and showing them kissing. I show the whole shebang. Either don't show it or show it. Which one you gonna do? Why are we focusing on showing them the other side? You know what I'm saying? Either I would rather you just not show it at all.
No
Nothing.
kissing.
Nothing. Yeah, don't show nothing. So I don't agree with it being in books and in cartoons and stuff. Wait till they old enough to, understand what they seeing, and then that's when you expose them to it.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Nah,
Nah, I don't think they need to be teaching it, period. Not at no 3, 4, 5 years old.
I don't think it's in the context of teaching it, but I do think these kids are seeing things and asking questions. And what are you supposed to do? How do you answer them? I have little ones around me.
Leave that to
and
the
they ask
parents to
questions.
answer. It's not up to a teacher to tell my 3, 4, 5-year-old nothing. Like, it's not up to you to make that decision, to talk to them about that. You let me know that my kid asked you a question, and I'll figure out how to answer it to them. Because what you say could be leading them a certain way. I don't want you leading my kid no way. It's my kid, not yours.
All right. Seems like we got that one pretty much settled out.
It's my kid, not yours.
So Punk wanted to know, he said, I would like to know, do women lack accountability?
In life, like,
Expound.
What do you mean? You're going to have to get way more specific.
like when something happens, relationship, something happened, it gets brought up. And it's immediately like, I didn't do, or you're trying to deflect it off to somebody. Just be accountable.
Accountability is a human trait. Why have you hyper-focused on the female gender and whether or not they are accountable?
Because I'm a male. I deal
And
with.
what else?
I deal with. I'm a male who has dealt with women, and I can only go off of what I've dealt with or seen.
So accountability to you in what way?
Just like if something occurred, or it's an issue with something, or if I bring something to you.
I think you
why
a
not
bully.
be-
I think they hesitant to be accountable because they know you're going to jump down their damn throat with your bullying way. How come you? I'm just asking you a question. Just tell me the truth. Look in my eyes and just tell me the truth. That's what I'm talking about, bitch. You can't be. Is this what you're doing to get the accountability out of her?
No.
What you doing there?
Just asking questions. It's just
Like that.
It's, yes, just like this. I'm
Tell
very,
the truth.
very calm and relaxed. It's just asking
That's
questions.
relaxed.
Lady D, can you explain why you calling him a bully right now? Why do you think Punk a bully? He thinks he's a pretty good guy.
I am. I know I'm a good guy.
I think you're thoughtful, and I think you like to express, the charming side of you. But I think you have a way of imposing and pushing yourself on people.
Okay.
But I just met you, so.
Right. I feel no way about it. None at all.
Most narcissists don't like to be exposed.
Punk, do you think you're a narcissist?
Not really.
No.
I don't.
They never admit it. They just be like, no.
But he didn't even say no. He said not really.
I mean,
You're a narcissist on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
it's not the first time that I've been called that, but I don't think I am. Not by the definition I read, so, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I can't do nothing about what people think of me or how they look at me. I am who I am. It's what I know how to be.
Take it or leave it, world.
I
Here to
mean,
burn
ain't
this
nothing,
bitch
ain't
down
nothing
with
else
my
they can do with
toxic
it.
traits.
Ain't nothing else they can do with it. Take it or leave it.
So did y'all see Blac Chyna's post? Those were real, right?
Yeah, that was real.
I hope.
They was,
Oh, talking about the money stuff?
yeah.
Let me find it.
Yeah, just go ahead and read that for us.
Let me find it, man.
And then apparently the fathers also chimed in about
Yeah.
how much they were paying.
So
Yeah, because she was full of it. That's what it sounded like.
the Shade Room posted this, so don't get on our ass about it. But yeah, Blac Chyna posted, yesterday I had to give up 3 of my cars. My reasons, morals, beliefs, being a single mother, no support, I'm a mama. Single, no support.
Does she put child support?
Child support. Tiger responds, I pay $40K a year for my son's school and he lives with me Monday through Saturday. Why would I pay child support? LOL. React.
I think she see other women getting all this child support, all this spousal support, and all that stuff, and she want a piece of it.
Who has their child? You don't even got your kids 6 days out the week. Why am I? You should be paying me child support. Yeah, they should have took your cars.
Why you? I'm gonna let y'all go.
No, why what?
Why you got that many cars if they coming to take them? Like,
Because she
come
was
on,
a
you can't have
wealthy
just.
woman.
She wasn't wealthy if they got pull your cars. She might have been rich.
She was.
She might have been rich at a certain point in time.
Right, and
not
now
wealthy.
her income don't support the lifestyle that she was living. Like I watched her reality show a little bit, and you know, all I have to say about all of that is.
So now you want to drag me?
No, if you're a wealthy man,
Lacking accountability.
if you're a wealthy man and you have a child with a person, that child should also live the means of what you make. Don't put your seed in everybody if you don't want to take care of the kid that comes out of that.
We still talking
woman.
about Blac Chyna and Tiger?
Yes.
Tiger said the kid with him 6 days out the week.
That's
My
what
seed
he
is living just
said.
like. Did she rebuttal?
Nope.
Does she have?
Does she have to?
That's what
Yes.
she's saying. She had to get 3 of her cars taken. If you want to
If-
go there, we don't know. She
If
said
you
that.
throw out child
Now he
support,
responded, and that's what he said. Why would I pay child
single
support?
mom,
He said, I pay $40K for the school, and I have the child with me this day.
Monday,
this day, and this
Monday
day.
through Saturday.
she only have them on Sunday.
She should be giving him
That
child
doesn't
support.
mean he's giving her any.
He don't
any
need
child
to.
support.
I
He
wouldn't
paying
give
for
you
the-
shit.
The child,
The child
still
is
lives
with-
with her.
He just said the kid is with me Monday through
Just
Saturday.
because that kid
How-
is over there doesn't mean that's what the I
get
don't
the
know
custody.
what the custody
Lack
order
accountability.
says.
This the accountability I be talking
no,
about.
this is people getting persecuted in the court of public opinion. You don't know what.
She tried to do
going on.
that. She tried to do that.
Nah, she said, I need support. I'm losing some of my cars. Something embarrassing happened to me, and I don't have a lot of support. And then these haters chime
That
in.
ain't got nothing
I'm
to do
paying
with the
40K
child.
for a school,
These
and I
haters,
got
that's
my
the
kids.
daddy.
That's why they chime in.
Because you trying to drag me talking about child
She
support.
said I
What you
need
mean?
support.
Child support.
You
You
ain't-
trying to drag me because
Wait.
you can't uphold your
You ain't
lifestyle.
see the key
I don't owe
words,
you nothing.
single mother.
Single
And
mother,
then,
child
and then
support.
the guys weigh
That's
in
what you
like,
want,
how
man.
you get the cheaper child support than me? Like, why are y'all doing? That's still the mother of y'all kids. This is her. This is their mom. Like, why are y'all doing that to her?
Doing
She
what?
said, "I'm losing my cars."
Who fault is
Period.
that?
Who fault is that? Lack accountability.
So,
this is
listen.
exactly what I'm talking
Listen,
about.
I got a
Now it's
question.
his
My
fault.
bad.
She losing
So
her
if you
cars.
go from making 1.2 million a year to making $400,000 a year, and you cannot continue to support the lifestyle you was living
You
at
gotta
1.2,
adjust your
you
lifestyle.
gotta adjust your
Yes,
lifestyle.
not come to me like it's my fault.
She didn't
You
say
can't
I
live
want
in
my
no
cars
more.
back. She said I need support.
No, she said single mother, child support. She trying to put that on Tiger like that's his problem.
So
It ain't.
if his rap career just end and he don't make another dollar, do she help him keep his stuff up?
She can't because she losing all her
That don't
shit.
matter.
Have to go
Do
back
she
to
help?
court.
Do she help him?
Go to
'Cause
court
she
for
the breadwinner
what?
now.
Whatever
No.
is in that support order.
It ain't nothing in it because he got the kid Monday
That's
through
just what
Saturday.
he said.
She ain't said
That's
nothing
just-
about it.
Just because she not clapping back don't mean that's the truth. That's what he's saying.
Then what she said
I
might
got
not
the
be the
kid all
truth.
the time. I
He
pay
might
for
pay
an
child
expensive
support.
school. You should pay for your kid to go to
Right.
a $40K a year school.
We
Why
don't-
you
we
talking
don't know-
about it?
we don't
Why
know
you
nothing
dragging
then.
her? She having a financial situation.
She just drugged
She just
down.
drug him.
No,
By
she did. She need
saying
more support.
She a single mother.
How we know that? We don't know what she needs. She could
Nor
be
do we
lying.
know how many days a week he keep them
Right.
kids.
If he lying, she could be lying too. So then what?
I think it was more about her addressing what was going on with her financial situation that was going to be
Then
obvious
leave
and
me
apparent
out
to
of
people.
it. Leave me
And
out of
she
it. I ain't
felt
got
like
nothing to
I
do with it.
need more support.
Why?
If her career,
So it's on him. He's supposed to support her for
I
the
didn't
rest
hear.
of her
I
life.
didn't see her say @Tyga #Tyga. She said, "I need more support." How
She
he-
said I'm
how
a
he
single
took-
mother.
Is she married?
Child support.
Is she
That don't
married?
make you a single mother.
That does make you
How?
a single mother because you're
How?
not married.
So
Well, 'cause
so
you got
it's
a
single
boyfriend.
it's single fathers out here.
What do you mean?
So if a man and a woman both take care of their kids, right?
Mhm.
And they not together.
And
He
they're
a single
unmarried?
father and she a single mother.
And they're unmarried.
Yes. No, she a single woman, he a single man. But if y'all co-parenting, y'all ain't
But
single
somebody
parents.
is the custodial parent.
That ain't what we saying. You're not a
Somebody is
single
the
parent if I'm
custodial
helping.
parent. If you're not married
But you're
and
not
you're
a
the
single
custodial parent and there's a support order, you done brought the court in. Now we talking about the thing we talked about the last time. You brought the court into the situation because now they have to tell y'all what to do. And just because
Okay, let's
this
say
dude
that's-
is
let's say
saying,
that's not
I have
happening.
the kid all the time does not mean that's what that order says. And if she putting that stuff out there on blast,
Okay.
she must feel like
But guess
she
what?
should get more support.
Guess what? Tiger ain't in jail. His license ain't suspended. So that order must say pay this much and he paying the shit.
He didn't
so
come
go
back
talk
and
to
say,
the court
I pay you
then.
$300,000 a
Why
year
would
in,
he?
in child
Didn't
support.
you just say
he
this
said,
court
I
order?
pay for $40K for a school and the kid be with me a lot of the week.
Why do he need to
most
say
of the
how
days
much?
of the
he
week.
taking
He didn't
care
have
of
to
his
say
job?
nothing.
He didn't.
She
but
didn't
if you're
have to
talking
say
exactly,
nothing.
she's talking about
It's
child
a-
support.
it's-
Then
What
you
she
bringing up the
posted on her
courts.
social media is her business. He ain't have to get up on there and say nothing.
She brought him into it by saying, "I'm a single."
Doesn't she
Mother.
have 2 fathers?
Yes.
I mean, kids, baby daddies?
So why wouldn't she be
Why
specific?
did he feel so compelled to
They-
jump
I
in there
think
and
they
get
both
at
chimed
her?
in.
They both did because Rob ended up chiming in, and then that's when you pay more than me. How you get? Why? We just talking about one
The first
man
child always
slapping
get- you gotta pay
somebody
the most.
for a woman's honor. Now here's 2 men dragging a black woman, and it's
Oh,
okay because
nah,
it's
he
about
dragging-
child
he
support.
dragging her.
They're wealthy.
She made
They
the
had
initial
children with
comment,
her.
and he-
Provide
and they
for
dragging
your
her.
kids. She's the
How
That's
is
the
it?
thing.
How is it that you
Parent.
get to talk shit, but when a man responds, now he's dragging her?
Did she? I don't feel like she was talking shit. I feel like
Then
she
he
was
wasn't
addressed-
either.
He didn't have to get on her post.
How did he drag her by saying he paid $40K a year?
The
If he
both
paid that,
of
that's
them
what it
Child
is.
Monday
started
through
talking
Saturday.
about.
He didn't even mention her. He said I pay $40K for my kid and he's with me Monday through Saturday. He ain't say shit about her.
If I'm
He
on,
didn't say
if I'm on
single
the
father.
phone talking to you and he ear hustling and I say something you don't like, and then this one chime in. he ain't have to say nothing,
You
right?
indirect.
Because you and I are having
if
a
you
conversation.
indirectly talking
She
about
posted.
him.
It don't matter if it's indirect. She posted about her situation. He ain't have to chime in.
You're
Just like Will
indirectly
Smith didn't
speaking
have
on
to
me.
get on the stage and slap nobody. Be a grown man about it. If you didn't like something she said, why you telling the world what you paying the education fees? Why you telling the world where the kids stay at most of the days? It may be something else
because
going
you
on,
are-
or
Because
you're lying.
You're trying to paint
portraying-
me in
yeah.
a different light. What you mean?
You're
Take it
portraying
however
me
you
as
wanna
a
take it.
deadbeat.
Take it. If I
This-
post something
this
on
the
social
accountability
media,
I be
if I
talking
post
about.
something on social media, you get sensitive about it. That's on you.
So if he say
They
I
took
don't-
your cars. You sensitive about it. That's
yeah,
on
my
you.
car got
Ain't got shit
repossessed
to
and I
do
was
with
in
it.
my feelings.
So would you
and-
feel that way if he say I don't get no help from my baby mothers? I do all this by myself.
I'd be like, he in his feelings on his social media. I know what the real is. I see dudes doing the most, and I just laugh. I don't chime in. I don't say anything. I don't. I'm not messy anything.
So you will let somebody portray you a certain way. And you
No
will
one has
never-
done that to me, but I
I'm
have
just
seen
saying,
people
in general.
portraying their life in a certain way, and I know for a fact that ain't what's going on.
At the
But
end
I
of
don't
the
chime
day,
in and be like,
she
that
tried to
ain't
come
who
at that
you
man.
are.
He responded.
No, she
How
was
do you
addressing
get?
her life.
How do
and
you
he
get
checked-
mad
he
at
checked in
somebody
on what
for
she was doing.
responding?
It's always
He didn't have to say nothing.
It's
He
a reaction
didn't. She
to
didn't.
your
She
action.
didn't have to say single mother.
She
child
can say
support.
whatever she want to say as her life.
Then he can too.
He didn't have to get on
He
her
can say it's
social
his
media.
life.
He can go
He can
on
say
his
whatever he
social
wanted
media
to.
and say, "Hey y'all, this how much I pay."
Did
in
he get on- did he
education
get
fees."
on her
he,
social
no, he
media?
commented.
He
commented
on
or he
her
made a post?
He commented.
Oh, because it looked like he made a post.
No,
The
That's
picture
how
I saw,
Twitter
it looked like he made a.
It was like-
it was Twitter, so I don't know. It looked like he made a post, or maybe
he might have
Screen-
reposted.
He
reposted
got in
hers
his
and made his
feelings. That's
own
what
caption.
happened. Leave her alone. Get off her social media.
Leave me alone. What you mean?
She
leave?
got two
So it's
baby
okay to
daddies.
lie.
That's what I'm like.
She had two baby
it's okay
daddies.
for
don't
you
know
to-
who she was
to-
talking about. She
Let me
might
see
have
where
wanted.
that post
She might have
is.
wanted Mama.
And he wanted-
Mama,
and he
wanted the-
Kardashian.
He wanted to clear shit up. She
No,
ain't
I don't
talking
have
about
it.
He
me.
ain't have to
I
say
don't
nothing.
have a Twitter.
He
so
didn't.
I
He ain't have to say
don't
She
nothing.
even
didn't
know.
either.
Let me see if I
Yes, she
go
did.
on
That was
Google.
For
her
what?
life. Because it's her life.
And
If he
so
wanted
then
to
that's
address
his
it, say it on
life.
your own stuff.
That's his life.
And as being in your feelings, let me defend myself. Get out of here.
So you believe black men shouldn't defend themselves, huh?
I
don't-
think
they
they
don't
should
protect
defend
us.
themselves, but I think this is a different situation because every time you start talking about child support and what the black woman is getting in child support, it's always an argument.
It's an argument if you trying to drag me like I don't do what I'm supposed
It's
to.
always an argument. I feel like if
You not
the
finna-
person
you're
who
not finna
dragged
make
you
me
was
look
the court
bad.
because you couldn't work it out. Now you need the court to drag you through their system of forcing you to pay for your kid. That's who dragged you, not the woman who said, "Oh, you're not gonna help me, but now I need assistance. Now I need them to go in your check." That's who's dragging you.
In this situation,
Blac Chyna need this.
Why you?
in this situation,
Why you get her pregnant?
she got two baby daddies.
It don't matter.
So,
Why you get her pregnant?
I got a Rob
Well,
response.
his seems similar, if I remember.
Rob said, I pay $37K a year for my daughter's school. I handle every single medical expense. I pay for all extracurricular activities. I have my daughter from Tuesday through Saturday. Why would I pay child support?
So this motherfucker got kids.
He
1.5
don't even pay
days
child
out the
support.
week.
No, he's saying.
He's saying, why would he?
So why is he even talking?
Because she said she need child
Again,
support.
if he felt like I'm doing everything for this kid, why are you talking?
Because she trying to drag people because
By
of
saying, "I
her
need
life
some support."
situations. Your life is being messed up, so now you want to make it like it's because of the men not
You
taking
shouldn't
care
have
of their
kids with
kids.
her.
Why?
What does that
My
have to
kid
do
is
with-
taken care of.
It don't matter. You shouldn't have had
It do
kids with
matter.
a woman if you wasn't gonna prepare to take care of your obligation.
The
What was
kid
you just
the
talking about?
obligation.
Avoiding?
The kid is the
Avoiding?
obligation. The kid's the
I see Lady D
obligation.
just coming in hot today. She
And
coming
full
in
of shit.
hot.
The
She
kid's the
coming in
obligation.
hot.
I done took care of my
She
obligation.
gonna stand on hers
Your
today.
three,
Why
your
you so
three cars your 3 cars is your obligation.
Stop hating on that woman.
What is she
will
doing with
push
her
that
money?
card,
She ain't-
all that good
Protect
stuff. She
black
was on
women.
TV.
Or she was.
And I don't know what her financial situation
What
was.
is she doing with
but
her money?
It don't matter. She living her
It
life.
do, because you
It
asked her for
do.
more.
Now we gotta open up her financial situation.
Yes,
She
you
asked
losing
for
cars.
money.
Yes. When you making it my problem, what are you doing with your money? I don't care what you do with your money until you trying to ask for some of mine.
Exactly.
Now I got an issue with it. You gonna blow your money, do whatever you want to with it, and now you fucked up. And then
We had a pod. That people they blow their money. They blow their money.
Your shit and then come to me.
Come to me for the money that they need.
Yes,
Back on accountability again.
You can't blow yours and then come to me and be mad at me because I don't want to give it to you. That ain't my responsibility. How that make sense? Live your life. When it's fucked up, that don't make it my fault. But again,
accountability.
Man.
All right.
It's all love and here for
Pay
me.
that child support and shut up.
I'm gonna pay it. Ain't no
He said, I'm going to pay
I'm gonna pay it.
Right.
Just don't be asking for no more. You got nothing for
What
you.
the hell? Do you think
God,
child
nah.
support is really covering everything?
I
For the
don't
child.
know what is exactly. I don't
Kids
use.
are expensive. Child support
know,
does
I
not
got
cover
4 of 'em.
everything.
Speak.
I got 4 of them. They ain't as expensive as people try to make them. Make
Are
it
they all
seem.
under one roof?
Yes.
That's why.
I ain't supposed to pay for your roof. That's your roof. I gotta pay for mine. So I'm supposed to pay for your roof and mine?
I gotta buy it. I have to rent out an additional room. Whereas
Me
I could have
too.
just had a 1-bedroom
Me
apartment, but now I
too.
have another kid that
Me
I also have to
too.
pay for.
Me too.
Are you though?
What? What? What you mean? Yes.
So,
Yes.
I know lots of bachelors. They got 1 bedrooms. They ain't got
I
the
know.
kid room.
I know women that ain't got enough room for all their kids. What's your? Well, I don't get why you saying that. The same stuff you have to pay for, so do I. Because when the kid come to my house, they supposed to have the same shit, right? So what make you think that it should be different? Like I gotta pay all of mine and pay extra on yours.
But that's not the usual. That's
Wait,
more
what?
rare.
What do you mean? What's not the
Most
usual?
guys are not like that.
Not like what? They don't have houses they live
They're
in?
bachelors.
So you just said you a single mama, so technically you a bachelor too. If that's the case, so what we talking about? It's all the same. It's all the same.
It's not the same.
Why not?
Come on.
They
You
not
out
gonna
here,
woman.
wait.
They
You
not
out
gonna
here.
allow it to be the same.
Nah, cause she a woman.
No, it's not the same.
Why?
If you are one of those rare men who accommodated your children and you are co-parenting and you had the same space so that they felt just as at home in your space, kudos to you. Because I don't know a lot of guys who do that. I know a lot of guys who are bachelors and have 1 bedrooms, and when their kids came over, they figured it out for their kids. And they made room for them, but because they were not living with them full time, they didn't have a whole room for those kids.
That's fine and dandy. But when the kid come over, I gotta pay for when they over there, right? The
Well,
same
for 2
way,
days, a box of Fruit Loops, a couple McDonald's. What you doing?
the same way you gotta pay extra bills because the kid there, so do I.
No, them $7 for the Scholastic magazines, then there's the field. It's little costs that add up that you constantly have to catch.
So what do
to
the child
provide
support go
for
to?
kids.
What the child support go to? Because the
cost of
Scholastic and
the
all
kids.
that sound
The
like the
cost of
child
the
support.
kids.
So you don't believe $1,000 a month is sufficient enough?
It depends on the father.
No, I'm saying on
What?
your side. Like if I'm giving
Yes,
you,
it depends on the father. If the father is a millionaire,
You
he
pay
should
what
be.
you weigh.
Yes, that kid
So
should
you
live
don't
your
care.
lifestyle.
You don't care how much it take to take care of a kid. You care about how much money the father make.
If you impregnate
no,
a woman and you a millionaire,
no.
that
No, no,
seed
no.
inside of of that woman is
no.
yours, and it should live the same lifestyle you live.
So send
Don't
my
get her
kid with me.
pregnant.
But what I'm saying, it don't
Don't
take,
get her pregnant.
It don't take that much to take care of
Don't
the kid.
get her pregnant. That's the answer. Pull out. Put a condom on. Don't get her pregnant. Don't have a oops. You don't have a problem if you don't get her pregnant. As soon as you start getting her pregnant, now you have opened up your financial situation to this
Can I
child.
ask this?
To the child, not
And the
you.
child is being cared for by the mother.
So look, let me ask you this. So it was a basketball player. I think it was Blake Griffin. He had to pay $250,000 a month in child support.
Okay.
20,000 wouldn't work.
I don't know how much Blake Griffin makes.
It don't
I'm
matter.
not-
You
I'm
can't.
not
It
saying-
does, because if his life costs him $30,000 a year, $30,000 a month to pay for, his kids should live a life equivalent to that. It don't matter who he decided to spill his seed into. That kid should live the same lifestyle as the parent. Period.
So why
Period.
does the
If it
mother
was
not
a
have
wealthy
to-
woman and it
Look.
was the same thing, that kid
That
should
man not
live that
getting that.
lifestyle.
He not getting no 200.
How
Name
do
me.
you know?
Show me one man that got $250,000 a month from.
How do you know
So
that's not going on?
check this out.
It's women
when
who
they
make money.
when they giving
It
that
is. I'm not-
250,000 a month,
We not getting
is the woman
250,000.
working?
I don't know. I don't think.
The answer
I
should
don't
be
know.
yes, because if we both contributed to this lifestyle, why she ain't doing shit? She ain't got to do nothing, so she just living off of me.
Yeah.
That ain't got shit
You
to do
shouldn't
with the
have got her
kid.
You shouldn't have got her pregnant.
She
You
shouldn't have got
her
pregnant.
You
She shouldn't have got pregnant.
You shouldn't have got her
She
pregnant.
shouldn't have got
You shouldn't
pregnant.
have got her pregnant.
She shouldn't have got pregnant.
She could have swallowed all of that, and it
She
would
could
been
have,
no problem,
should
But
have.
you got her
Then we wouldn't
pregnant,
be
so
in that-
deal with it, Johnny Appleseed.
Dealing with
Deal with it. Deal with it. You don't
She
want
ain't my
her. You don't
problem.
want babies coming out of these women who acting like
ain't
that.
my problem.
Don't
You know
get
why
her
we don't
pregnant.
get $250,000 child support? You really want to know the real answer? Because we looked at it as weak men if we asked for that same amount. Women will drag us through the dirt if we even utter the word child support to them. Look how
Why
they
would
was
the kid-
dragging, Mary J. Blige's husband. He was asking for alimony, child
But
support,
that
all
wasn't
this.
her kid. She doesn't have any children.
Once you're married, that was your kid. You know, because if it's the other way around,
Dudes out here getting child support. Don't let them. Do not let them fool you.
I mean, I just
Do your shit, my boy.
yeah. Like I haven't ran against to a guy that's getting child support, but I know a lot of guys on child support. So I'm just saying the reason why we can't even speak on it is because if you tell somebody you getting child support as a man, women gonna instantly drag you through the dirt. You a bum. Why would you need her to give you money every month?
But if you're the primary parent, you should get the child support.
Also, you okay with the man getting it if he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
If
you-
the man got the kid, yeah, the support should go to wherever the kid is. If the woman got millions of dollars and he was a stay-at-home dad and they got a divorce and the kids went with him, yes, she should pay him. And that
okay.
kid should afford the
If it's-
lifestyle that the primary breadwinner earns at the dissolution.
Okay,
Period.
if you're
I
not
don't care.
biased, I was trying to see
No,
if you
it's
was just
whoever's
biased
rich.
on the. Oh, okay.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, it sounds real.
You got something to say about that bully?
We
We can't figure out how to come back and argue with it.
That's one of the
Yeah.
most logical
All
things
right.
that I heard today.
Now we're wrapping up.
Okay.